AITA for leaving a family dinner after my dad kept mocking my fiance's career. I, 29F, am engaged to Leo, 30M, who works as a high school art teacher. He genuinely loves what he does. He's the kind of person who stays late after school to help students with portfolios, spends weekends preparing lesson plans, and beams with pride when his students win competitions or just discover their creativity. He's not doing it for money. He's doing it because it matters to him. And to me, that passion is one of the things I admire most. My dad, 57M House, however, has always been hyper-focused on money and status. He works in finance and tends to measure people by their salaries or titles. He's made offhand remarks before about practical careers, but until now, I've brushed them off. At Sunday dinner, things went too far. We were all sitting around the table, my siblings, their partners, my mom, Leo, and me, when Dad turned to Leo and asked, "So when are you getting a real job?" He said it with this smirk, like it was the funniest thing in the world. A couple of people chuckled nervously. Leo tried to laugh it off, but I could see the way his shoulders stiffened. Later, while we were passing dishes, my dad added, "Art teachers are just failed artists, right?" This time, the laughter around the table was louder. My mom tried to change the subject, but Dad doubled down with, "Hey, at least you'll never starve. You can always paint the food you can't afford to buy." Everyone laughed again. Everyone except me and Leo. I watched his face fall. He didn't say anything, but I know him well enough to recognize how deeply it cut. He puts his heart into his job, and to hear it mocked like that in front of everyone was humiliating. I spoke up. I told my dad, "That's not funny. You're being disrespectful instead of apologizing." He waved me off and said, "Relax. It's just a joke. You're too sensitive." Then he looked around the table like I was the one ruining the mood. I felt my blood boiling. I looked at Leo, and he just shook his head slightly, like he wanted to shrink into the background. And that broke me. I couldn't let him sit there and be humiliated by my own family. So I stood up and said, "If you can't respect him, then we're leaving." And we walked out. Now the fallout. My siblings have been texting me nonstop. One said I embarrassed the whole family by storming out. Another said I should have just ignored it, because Dad jokes about everything. That's how he is. My dad insists I overreacted and that I need to lighten up. He says Leo should be able to take a joke if he wants to be part of the family. But here's the thing. I don't think it was a joke. A joke is funny for everyone, not just at someone's expense. Watching my fiancé sit there being torn down for pursuing something meaningful made me realize that if I didn't speak up, I'd be telling him his dignity didn't matter. So yes, I left. And yes, it caused a scene. But I honestly don't regret it. My only hesitation is whether I could have handled it differently. Was I really wrong for refusing to let my dad turn my fiancé into a punchline? Or is my family just unwilling to admit the jokes crossed a line?